Today we enter the age of Renaissance, the age of creativity, of arts, design, and most importantly, drugs. Hard drugs. Welcome to Hell's Kitchen, episode 16, and today, Coke will be aging up to the grand old age of 3. Coca-Cola will be finally achieving an age of 3 years old, and not only does this mean that they'll be able to feed themselves, but they'll be able to wield heavy machine guns. This is exactly what we want from a Rimworld playthrough. Children with guns. Nice. Note, I do not condone child violence. Chicken will also be aging up. Meatloaf, I think, will be aging up as well. All these colonists aging up will allow us to do more and more jobs, and it will finally alleviate some of the stresses and pressures from our fantastic ice cream based slaves. So the plan for today's episode is very simple. We're going to be finishing off the hydroponics anal bead room down here and adding another one onto the side so we can grow more drugs. Obviously, more and more things will need to be grown, and hopefully we can extract some ovums, eggs, from Spag, so we can restart making more colonists. So that is the plan for today's episode. So if you enjoy any of today's episode and are excited to see all the fantastic things Coke El Escobar will be getting up to, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. Let's get into things and let's plan out the next hydroponic area. Now, we have obviously been going for the good old anal bead design, but for the next one we haven't really got the opportunity to just split it off this way, so we're gonna have to make some sort of separate design here, and I think we make one that's a little bit maybe more efficient. But it'll probably end up being very similar to this and just being a big old circle. And this one I think will be primarily only other drugs actually. At the moment we're only growing smoke leaf and cycled. We're not going to need this much of either, and if we do, it'll be a lot of it. In terms of drugs that we can grow at the moment, we haven't got loads. We haven't got the research for it, but we can grow, however, you know, another favorite drug of mine, coffee, you know, fantastic. And I think we can do tobacco as well from what I remember. Two things that we can also grow and give to our colonists and have them take regularly to make them better, which is always fantastic. And just to check whether or not we can extract ovums, can we do this? No, we can not. Extract ovum for IVF, John. Spag does not require tending, and immediately the operation gets deleted. So yeah, we cannot actually do that at the moment. We're gonna have to wait till Spag turns 18, I'd imagine. And our first raid of the day, insects from the Sawn gene line have arrived nearby. Oh no, that's quite a few insects. 11 mega spiders, 5 centipedes. Not ideal. They're here for our food. They know our freezer is well stocked and they're here for the food. Now, I have been working on the kill box quite nicely. Unfortunately, it's not quite ready. So let's get all the slaves to gather around our not very well constructed entrance and get everybody else to kind of stand around with guns and things. And the first slave has arrived to the entrance, and it is Pudding. Oh, please, can we plug that hole quickly? Acosta is there. Oh, visitors. Visitors from the sovereignty of God have arrived nearby from the northwest. They are afraid of entering your territory because of insects. Let's send them away because I don't necessarily want the Empire, you know, coming to attack us. John, go get involved as well. Perfect. And the front line is holding very, very well. Pudding is the only one that has gone down so far. But everyone else, oh, hello, Pudding, you've gone back up. Go back and fight. You are just a slave. Go back and fight. Perfect. And the line of defense held very well. John obviously at the front taking most of the damage, and still a very powerful character. No one else particularly took any damage, actually. Yeah, we absolutely are in a very good spot. Lamb did unfortunately take some damage when one of the insects got through and bit her a few times, but yeah, should be fine. And we have had a quest come in whilst we were doing that raid. A ship crash is coming down, and what will happen is pigs from the Squin and Polity will attack us. This doesn't seem like much, but if you remember, I said and I stated this as a change to the house rule where we can have slaves of any age if they are made of food. And pigs, generally speaking, are food as far as I'm concerned. So what we'll do is wait for people to heal and come out of their mental breaks and whatnot, and then we'll accept this quest, and we'll probably get it for the Vanometric Power Cell, honestly. And so the quest is expiring in 3 hours, and John is fully healed, and you know, Meatloaf and Lamb are both down, and Chicken, I think, is injured as well. But we're still going to accept it. Vanometric Power Cell will be mine. Let's accept that. and get on with this quest. The shuttle has crashed. Whereabouts? Wow, in the most convenient spot possible. Woohoo! I can't wait to defend from this! Okay, right. Where is the raid going to come through? If the raid comes from up here, we're okay. If it comes from down here, good luck. And there it is. A raid from the Squin and Polity. How many are there? 14. Okay, that's not actually too bad. I'm just going to get everybody to go search and destroy that isn't an actual, you know, demon. All the slaves and John can go search and destroy and kind of get rid of them. We've also completed a research. I don't remember what we were researching, but it's been completed. Sick. And xenogenetics are there. Now, I did say at the end of last episode, genetics is the next job on the list. And it would be quite nice if we could, you know, genetically alter people. That would be nice. Make everybody even better. Let's go for it. Let's get into genetics and see how that goes for us. And John has gotten involved down here at the bottom. The cataphracts are also doing their jobs as well. Please, guys, please leave a couple of survivors. I could really do with a few friends. And the pigs from the Squin and Polity are already fleeing. That took no time at all. Wow. Okay, the cataphracts probably could have dealt with this all on their own. We do have a few survivors, though. Perfect. Let's capture them and hope that they don't die on the way back. And our rescue shuttle has arrived. Everybody, please get on so I can get my reward. Yay! And pods have arrived. 79 hyperwave and the vanometric power cell. Very, very important for the vanometric power cell because our power grid is not exactly the healthiest with... our entire power grid is reliant on wood, so it's not going the best. Kind of like your mother, honestly. Totally reliant on wood. So we now need to just go around and make sure every single tree on the map is always chopped down. Not really good for the environment, but we're chefs, not ecologists. And luckily for us, 2 of our little piggy friends survived. Jenny and Vicky. Jenny is a 48-year-old female from the Pigskins. Abrasive, chemical fascination, and dunce. Sick. 4 in construction, 13 art, 14 medical, 11 intellectual. A very good colonist for us to actually pick up, especially for the art skill. Will make a pretty decent slave, honestly. And then we have Vicky. Vicky, the 85-year-old pig. Oh, God. Nearsighted and ignorant, 7 in construction, 11 crafting. Another colonist that will actually be quite helpful. As long as we ignore that they're frail, have a bad back and an artery blockage, and they're missing a leg. I don't actually think this person's going to be able to walk. I just don't think you're able to do anything. I will, however, still aim to recruit you and aim to enslave you, because I'm not going to turn down a free slave, you know? And we've had a trader come in, a group from the Aleli Union, and what do I see? Friendly demons, demon chefs. Hello, my friends. Wow, okay. Didn't expect to see these out in the wild. Okay. Cool. It's nice to see the xenotype is elsewhere. Kind of. Wasn't what I intended, but still a nice side thing, I guess. Ooh, and a growth moment for Coke. Coke has become a child. They can do patient, bed resting, and all those exciting things. They're going to remain a colonist. Coke, welcome, my friend. Straight out of the crib, and look how angry he is. Coke is definitely ready for a weapon. A weapon that, you know, I've been looking out for him to have for quite a long time. There it is. The HMG of choice. Oh, wow. Nothing brings a smile to my face more than this. Our demon child at the grand old age of 3 being given the birthday present of a heavy machine gun. Oh, Coke, you will follow in Pete's great footsteps whether you like it or not. Well done. So, Coke, what jobs can I get you to do? Not many, it seems. Not many at all, it seems. But that's okay. That's no worries, because we're going to be nurturing and caring for Coke pretty much entirely, rather than getting him to do much work. So what we'll have Coke set up to do is obviously be a patient first for if they have any issues. Then they're going to be a therapist. The grand of age of 3, they're going to be a therapist, because you know what? Money talks, and I'm sure drugs do as well. Coke will become the best therapist we've ever seen, alongside learning everything as they are doing now. A gift from the sovereignty and God. They've been staying here as visitors. 21 medicine. 21 medicine. They expected more from you, a score of -6. And you've given me 21 medicine. How on earth were you not entertained by the Ice Cream Girls. Charmed by Colonists times 5, Charmed by Colonists times 3, Charmed... You absolutely loved your time here, and yet you weren't happy. Admittedly, you still do not have running water or any sort of hygiene available to you. And I figured that out, guys. I've worked out why we can't actually finish off the bathrooms and everything, is we don't have access to pipes. We can build a deep water well to access water from underground caverns, but I can't build pipes. You can look at the picture down here. This has pipes on it, but for some reason I can't build pipes. Don't ask me why. We just gotta wait for the research for it. And enslaved. Jenny has been enslaved. The second food group has been taken and been made ours. Perfect. She is still recovering from a lot of injuries and things that she has, but still very nice for us to have. Jenny, what were you good at? Medical, intellectual, animals, constructions. So I think Jenny will be initially on animals to help maintain some of these chickens, because they've got a bit out of control. And I would quite like some of them either put down or taught how to haul or hunt. That would be quite nice. And we also need to be training some alpacas. I'd quite like some alpacas for the milk, for obvious reasons. First harvest of smoke leaf has come in. Now, what do we do with smoke leaf? We don't particularly have the intellectualness or the research in order to utilize smoke leaf. Say we could to the maximum efficiency, but where do we store it? We know as people that we need to do something with these drugs to make John good again. We know that we need to access these drugs to make John great again. Like the Donald Trump of Rimworld, make John great again. So what I've got planned to do is we need to reorganize this base. Now, it looks a little bit funny at the moment having this section of the base here kind of just one-sided. So we're going to have another section on this side, and I think dedicate this side entirely to making drugs. Have this as our little crafting area here where we have a separate freezer for drugs and everything. We have this massive freezer here. I think we could probably store some smoke leaf and stuff in it if we wanted to, which is what we're going to do temporarily. But then eventually move everything out into here and have it as a section, which means we need to get rid of this really attractive, lovely, beautiful, gorgeous... it's a shithole. We need to get rid of this hospital and remake another one. I think in order to do this, we need to set up a genetics area, which is obviously another thing we're going to be doing in this series. And in order for us to do that, we're going to be doing it down here. Now, we are well on top of food, and it's going really, really well. So I think what we're going to do is get rid of all of the area down here, more or less. Specifically, we'll get rid of this section here first and make like a big square. And have everything of course split off down here as like a separate path away from the guests, but close enough that we can still use them if we need. There you go. So I have planned out the quote-unquote genetics room and hospital. So we're going to have the hospital on this side with access through this little like reception area here. And then they're going to go through onto this side, and this is going to be our genetics area where we'll keep the people that we're using to learn more about other types of food. The food research area. Where we'll put all like the pigs and things that we don't particularly want or need. Same with the ice cream ladies. It's a very basic at the moment because I don't have access to too much. But it'll do. It'll do. Unfortunately, we are in a cold snap and every single one of our plants has just died. Oh, that feels bad. On the bright side, however, we are working on the final ring of hydroponics at the moment. It turned out we were missing steel, and I'd forgotten to mine any. So now we're actually getting on with that and getting it worked on. At the moment, we're just going to be growing rice in it at the moment, just because I haven't quite finished it. But nice. It's nice to see that we're doing it. Acosta's doing a very nice job of mining in here. I'm not sure quite how much more he has to mine. All I've done is queue it up so far. And a growth moment for chicken. Woohoo! Chicken fillet has reached the biological age of 7, has experienced a growth moment. Chicken can firefight, handle, do all those exciting things, and choose 2 skills for chicken to increase her passion in. I think we're definitely going to go for shooting because we have given them the gun. Let them be the first lot of demon chefs that can actually shoot. Mining, construction, or social. Currently, she can't do any construction. She's not old enough. She can do mining, but Acosta does all of that. No point having her do that. So I'd say shooting is the next best option. Choose a trait for chicken to gain. Dwarfism, small, or animal hater. I feel like all of those are kind of linked together. You know? I don't know why. I just feel like they're all kind of linked one way or another. I mean, dwarfism doesn't really do much, nor does small, but none of them are positive, so I'm just going to say no trait. She's just going to continue as is. And the first task I've got Jenny to do, as she's gotten up from all her injuries, is go around slaughtering chickens. It's food, and there's also so many chickens. I don't know what to do with them. We have 18 chickens at the moment, but there's still far too many chickens, and my game really doesn't appreciate this many chickens, you know? And trait, depressive. Colonist Vicky's constant stress has made them depressed. Vicky, you have not done anything at all. You're moving it at 0%. Like I suggested earlier, Vicky is totally incapable of doing anything. How can we fix you? I think if we give you a leg, that should help you. At the same time, who knows? I will install a right leg for you there. And can we fix your heart at all? Rip heart out. That probably will not help you. Can we fix your spine at all? Bash spine. That also will not help you. So Vicky, basically, you're stuck in bed until we can somewhat fix you. And xenogenetics has been completed. I didn't actually see that finish whatsoever, but perfect. A very nice one for us to get finished. So now we have agriculture. Agriculture 1 gives us lentils. Massive. That will pretty much entirely replace meat because lentils count as a protein, which is very nice. So with the genetics being finished, now all we need is to complete our little hospital/genetics lab. John is currently having a mental breakdown because they're hungry. Fair enough. I'd be hungry if I was taller than a tree as well. Totally understandable. So we've now managed to fix a peg leg to Vicky. Sticky Vicky. That's just too good. Vicky's sticky. Vicky stick. She has a stick for a leg. All right. Do you get the joke? She now has got a peg leg. So hopefully this means she can walk now. She's currently under anesthetic, so can't walk at the moment, as you can imagine. I've caught Spag and John having a fantastic game of chess. How is the social tab looking? Does John actually have any friends? Yes. John is very good friends with Chicken Fillet, friends with Coca-Cola, friends with Spag. John is friends with all the children. I feel like John is, going through a redemption arc. After they potentially killed Pete and, did all those horrible, horrible things, it's nice to see that John is getting over that and is becoming friends with all of them. Like, there's even a bit of mutual friendship between Chicken and John. Like, it's not just, sheerly one-sided and that's it, which is really nice. And trait, depressive. Colonist Chicken's constant stress has made the depression become permanent. Oh, Chicken, why? No commie chef, no chef de partie, no sous chef. My mother and niece died of depressive. Okay. I thought we'd cracked the code with keeping people happy, I thought we really cracked it. It's just annoying. It's just straight up annoying. Hopefully when we start getting people into therapy, it'll fix it, but I haven't seen anybody using this. Oh, we can set the patients. Didn't know that. John... who is depressed? All the children are depressed. I already know that. So let's just set all the demons and John, and that'll be it. They can all go to therapy and enjoy themselves there, We've now finished the main lot of hydroponics completely, with this one being at the end, being the last one. At the moment, it's just rice in there. Obviously, we lost, all of our plants and everything to the cold snap. Not ideal. But what we can do now is specialize all of this. I think I want to start growing coffee for everybody and give everybody coffee, because I've got everybody working so hard. They need some caffeine, get them all massively addicted to caffeine. That's never gone wrong, ever, from as far as I'm concerned. And then also we can grow a few extra exciting things as well. In order for us to complete one of our goals of pretty much making every single food item we can within reason, we need to get some apples, some bananas, blueberries, cherry, chocolate. We get mood booster from people eating chocolate, which is always going to be fantastic. And just other foods that we seem to be able to create with other things we can grow. Words. So unfortunately, that is all we have time for today, and I need to end today's episode. But progress today has been very, very nice. Not so much visible progress, but what we have gotten on with has been fantastic. Having Jenny recruited towards the end of this episode was fantastic. He's going to help massively with construction, because John, as good as John is, Could always do with a hand. And definitely with the construction, and there's so many things that need to get done, it's going to be extremely helpful to have someone to actually help. But another xenotype to add to our collection. We now have ice cream and pork. We have bacon and ice cream. You know, two of some of my favorite things in the world, bacon and ice cream. Now all we need are bread people, so we can have bacon sandwiches and ice cream sandwiches. Bread people? Do they exist? So if you have enjoyed today's episode and are excited to see how Coke and everything are going to get along with our newfound love triangle of Pablo Coca Bar and Jenny and Haute Cologne Mint, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.